Hello, welcome back to another episode of James Plays Hearts of Iron 4. This is our Let's Learn How to Play as Germany. This is the first recording. We'll talk about that in a second. First recording since of the new block of recordings. The last four episodes, I sat down, and now I'm sitting down again to do some more. So, when we last left our brave German Reich, we were engaged in the Spanish Civil War. Do we still have troops here? Yes, we do. And all seemed lost until it wasn't. All of a sudden, we saved the day with our one cavalry and two infantry divisions and really turned things around here. And now the Republicans have barely any troops. They overcommitted to the attack here, and we encircled them and really did a number on them. So everything seems good for the nationalists winning against the Republicans. Elsewhere, we are planning our war against Poland, possibly conflict with Czechoslovakia. We have Anschluss to Austria, and in our national focuses, we are currently demanding Slovenia. Yes, it takes 70 days to write a telegram demanding some territory. But so Slovenia is this little bit right here. Let's go to the states. Slovenia, you can see right here. So we'll get. It's not a big bit of territory here, but land is land. Now, more importantly, or maybe less importantly, Japan has replaced the government in China. So this event or this news bulletin is fired now, but previously in the last episode, um, actually I'll read this out. Following decades of political instability in China, coupled with armed conflict both internally and externally, the Japanese government has announced that it considers the Chinese government a threat to the stability of its sphere of interest. It is on this basis that, under the threat of war, a new government has been placed in charge, loyal to Japan and subject to the Japanese emperor. The new government not only has the protection of the Japanese army, has the protection not only has the protection Japanese army. Get it together, Paradox. This is basically unplayable. Do that typo. So the new government not only has the protection of the Japanese army, but a military mandate to retake the Chinese warlord states. While political conflict is certain to rage on, outright war between the two countries has been averted. There, it seems there will be a kind of peace between China and Japan. So last time we looked at reorganized nationalist China here and said, hang on a second, how did this happen? Because it's 1939, Japan didn't conquer China. Um, Instead, China is now a puppet state of Japan. Instead, they threatened war, and I guess one of the events, I've played as China once, but I've never had this event happen. One of the events, probably in Japan's focus tree, that they've just finished, if I can find it. Chinese border incident, Chinese puppet, here it is. So this gives them an option to make China a puppet of them. And then they'll go over here and, hang on, I really hope they don't sever ties with us. Um, this would sever Sino-German ties. So they would um, leave the Axis, I guess. Hmm. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't played as Japan, so I'm not sure exactly how their focus tree works. But reorganized nationalist China is now allied, or well, a puppet of Japan, which means that, and Japan is at war with the Soviet Union, are they not? Yes, they are. So now Japan has a bit stronger of a sphere of influence here, territorial control that they can push out. So this is good for us because Japan is on our team. They're not in the Axis yet, but they will be. And they're fascist. So that's good for us. All of that is good for us. Um, Now let's play here, and let's just play out this Spanish Civil War. Once this finishes up, it will be time to go to war soon. We're demanding. Ooh, Sing Kang joined the common turn. Not entirely unanticipated. So we're gonna go through and do this fate of Yugoslavia, and then likely um, we will demand Danzig. That's what we're gonna reassert Eastern claims, Danziger War. Although we could get a lot of free land before we go to war, right? We could get Yugoslavia, we could get Czechoslovakia, most likely. They may refuse, and that may start the war, but realistically, we'll probably get down here to Danziger War or war with France before we start the European war here. Czechoslovakia. Oh, hang on a second. Take Sudetenland and Eastern Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia. Did I forget something? Who's France allied to? France is in the French alliance. And Great Britain is in the Allies. Allies with the just their guys. And Czechoslovakia is only allied to France. Right! I remember now. So, oh, gotta go pay attention to my dog. Be right. And we're back. All right. Mailman came and my dog just had to say hello. So, when we, what I forgot about last time. Oh, and we have Chinese volunteers as well. Forgot about that. Yeah, we have tanks over here. Let's, are these guys hostile to us? Let's just see. Okay, yes, they are. So this guy's encircled, which is bad. I'm going to, why does this have a battle plan? Oh, yeah, I did orders and everything. No, delete, delete, delete. I do have, oh, I need to deselect that. And delete that. Okay. So we're just going to relink these guys right back up. And have them sit there. I probably shouldn't have sent these guys to China. Seeing as I don't really have the focus. Oh, we could take Macau. Yeah, oh, no, that's Portugal. It's not Guangxi. But the important thing here is to note is that Czechoslovakia is now, we can invade and take them over if we so choose, which would put us to war with France, but not the United Kingdom. I mentioned this last episode. It's all coming back to me now. Which means we need to make the decision, do we want to invade Czechoslovakia? And I think the answer is yes. So I'm going to set these guys up with a battle plan. Really, we want to take these little dots here on the map. My mouse pointer's not pointing at them, but which I'm aware of the mouse pointer issue. It's an ongoing issue with the recording software and Hearts of Iron 4. It's just not much we can do about it. But so where the box is pointing is Prague, this city here, this city, and this city here are victory points. So in order to defeat a country, we need to take over a certain percentage of their victory points. So we can just go, seems a little weird, but we just push into there, because all this land, whoops, all this land here, except for that one victory point, is largely irrelevant because it doesn't have victory points, which their national unity is 70%. So if we take 70% of their victory points, which Prague is worth 20, that's worth 5, 1, and that's worth 1. So we can defeat them without even entering this part of the country, because this is probably 70% of their victory points right here. So, and then they will capitulate. So why don't we just assess... Oh, we need more troops on the French border. Why don't we pull these guys off the Polish front? And I'm going to split this in half. And oh, these are all tanks and motorized. What's the Czechoslovak look like? All infantry and mountaineers. Okay, well, we... for offensive, these tanks and motorized are going to be a lot better than infantry and mountaineers. So we're just going to put all these guys on the French front. And then this Polish theater right here. Delete these orders. I know it's a bit of a waste to get rid of the preparation bonus, but that's all right for us. Research. Let's just assess where we are in research. Doing that. Support battalions. And got that as well. Let's just pause. Support battalions. We have field hospitals. Maybe want the second level. We're going to research that, and we're also going to make sure that we have field hospitals attached to our divisions. Tanks. 41. It's 1939 right now. Right, so we're doing the Panzer III. Artillery. Do we have artillery, or did we do motorized artillery? We did do self-propelled artillery. So let's take a look at our divisions here before we choose what we research. So our infantry has field hospitals, self-propelled artillery, and all that. Okay. Panzers, self-propelled artillery, medium tanks, and light tanks. And that's all good. And then SS, you guys also have self-propelled artillery. So the important thing about self-propelled artillery, aside from it being better than regular artillery, is that it doesn't use any of these bonuses, any of these artillery bonuses. So if we're relying almost entirely on self-propelled, then we don't really need to go down this research tree, which saves us research for other things, like this thing, infantry, um, tactics. What's the word? Theory. What was this? Doctrines. Doctrines. That's the word. Okay. So our Chinese volunteers are out of supply, which means they're encircled again, which means I'm a terrible commander. Just gonna probably should just pull these guys back from. Oh, we've demanded Slovenia. Did we get it? Yes, we did. Yes, we have Slovenia now. Okay, which is good. Sorry about all the skipping around the map. So this little spit of land is now ours. Free military factories. We need a lot more medium artillery. We probably also need some support equipment. Um, what do we want to do next? So we can try and take all of Yugoslavia. We can't take Czechoslovakia. I was lying about that because they said no to Sudetenland. So now we just get to go to war for them for it. But we can hmm, we can try. This is with Poland, getting claims on Poland, and then we can demand land from them. Although I think I'm just going to go down here, try and take Yugoslavia, and eventually try and get Greece. Although I'll probably puppet them. So first award. And that will give land of someone to someone else. Yugoslav land. Oh, don't mind the grandfather clock in the background. Yugoslav land to Hungary or Romania. I can't remember who. Both of these we will want to be bringing into the Axis. Okay, so let's just check once more on these guys. Get them not encircled. As soon as we declare war, these guys will come home. So, all right. French guys, they're just going to sit there. Because these French, because there's no way we're getting through the Maginot Line. No way in heck that we're getting through that line. So we're just gonna sit. What's this guy? Defensive doctrine, and yeah. So this guy's a really good marshal. So the difference between marshals, by the way, marshals and generals. Generals can have a maximum of 24 divisions. Um, generals 24, marshals as many as you want. So Polish theater, we're going to put. Do we have who is our best guy? Heinz Guderian. Who's this? Wilhelm List? Yeah, Heinz Guderian, you're now in charge of this thing. And let's set our offensive line again. There we go. And what are the odds of you succeeding? So we're not superior to them here. We may want to, we're going to pull a few divisions from this French front. Tank, Mountaineers, Mountaineers, and put you in there. Just help out a little bit. So the difference between Mountaineers and regular infantry, by the way, is the Mountaineers just have better breakthrough. So you can see breakthrough +4, infantry plus 3.3. Everything else is the same. Yep, nothing's changing except the breakthrough. Oh, and the organization is less. Which I think you want less organization or more. I can't remember. No, I think you want more. So Mountaineers are better but more expensive. Which means, because people think often, and I used to think this a lot. Naval Doctrine, yeah, we'll go for that. That Mountaineers were really only effective in the mountains, and otherwise they were just kind of over-expensive infantry that were less effective. But the truth is that they're actually just more effective infantry for offensive, especially in the mountains because mountains tend to have high defense, hence why they have higher breakthrough and better for the mountain. But yeah. So let's declare war. It's finally time. Yeah, we got time left in the episode. We are going to declare war on you, conquer possible. Oh, Czechoslovakia. Sorry for getting you so excited and then, oh, wait, no. Um, is this the latest? Yeah, that is. Um, we're just gonna do that. We need troops on. Wait, hang on. Declare war. Czechoslovakia, France. Well, I'm declaring war on Czechoslovakia. I thought that was Yugoslavia. I thought I had to put troops here. Um, research slot. 1939. No, we're just gonna do radio, which is really good. Radio. Well, you'll see in a battle in a second. Um, okay. Declare war for real this time. I promise. Conquer. Do not call allies, and we are now at war. Okay. So this means that we are just at war with France and oh, how's the Spanish Civil War going? Yeah, see, these guys are just finishing up. France and Czechoslovakia. We have air wings with no missions. We've got lots of air wings. We need to reorganize all of those. But first, we need to tell this guy to execute his plan. So now, because I set this as the offensive line, all of what's his name again? Heinz Guderian's troops will now push along this front and try and get the front up to there. What are we not producing? Transport planes. Okay, so um, it's upset with us because we're not producing transport planes, which is fine. Let's look at our Air Force. Ooh, yes, I'm going to actually, we're just going to disband all of these. Just select all of them and disband. This just makes it easier to organize, as we're not deleting any planes, we're actually just deleting the wings that they're in, so the planes go back into reserve. So now we can look, all right, Eastern Germany. We don't have air superiority here, so we have Brandenburg Airfield. We're going to produce a new air wing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 planes. It's a big air wing. That's more than half of our fighters, but that's okay because this part of our territory is very important to have air superiority over. So we'll give that a minute, and then this air wing will assign to Eastern Germany, tell it to do air superiority and interception, and that'll shoot down their bombers and their fighters, and now we have air superiority over Eastern Germany. Who is flying planes over Western Poland? Oh, the rest of Germany as well. Oh yes, our volunteers are home. Volunteers are home. Okay. So these volunteers we can now assign to the French theater. Just go over there. So it seems excessive to have so many troops, but since we're only at war with these guys, and the maximum number of troops we can effectively have here is 24 divisions, then we may as well just put the rest over here on the French front, and we don't have to, oh, we have to rename this one as well. We don't have to worry about the French pushing in. Check yourself. Self. And we're going to set this to high priority for reinforcements, because these are the guys that are doing the most of the fighting. Alright, we finished our national focus, so I believe that Hungary just got this little state here. Alright. Fate of Yugoslavia. That's what we want to do next. So that'll be ticking away as we are taking over Czechoslovakia. Now the rest of these fighters will dispatch as necessary, and in fact, it's rather a tedious process to assign all of these. The air combat is not my favorite. We're just going to do that and then set this to 1,000. This has the same effect, by the way. We have multiple kinds of fighters. That'll just automatically reinforce the air wing there. So we'll get one for Western Germany and then Alpine region. Do that. Since they don't have very many fighters at all. And then here we're going to create close air support. 200 and bombers. Yeah, as many as we have. Alright. So now air wings with no mission. Lower Austria assigned to the... Oh, no, don't want all you guys. No, I want... Close that. There. Now you guys, air superiority, shoot down bombers. Good. Western Germany. No, I don't need you, and I don't need you. I just need you to do air superiority and shoot down bombers. Now Czechoslovakia, we assign the rest of our guys close air support, close air support. Don't want strategic bombing, and none of this matters because this is all naval stuff. So, military factories, just a few more tanks. Oh wow, we got a lot of military factories. I guess we could get some more fighters. We need them anyways. We're a little short on tungsten, but that's a-okay. And so with our invasion of Czechoslovakia going very well, I think I may just extend the episode here and finish up infantry equipment. Oh, this is important, because now it's time to switch our old infantry equipment up to new infantry equipment. So now you can see it requires a lot of upgrades. And research, we will, it's 1939 still, we'll get the next level of mountain infantry. Alright, so now these pockets, we're just going to tell our troops to close in on them. And all of you guys just close in. So these guys are surrounded and out of supply, so they'll fall easily. We can wipe out their divisions. And meanwhile, once we take Bratislava, we should be able to finish up the war here. Yeah, see, overrun, you can just saw it pop up. Oh, port strike. They are bombing my submarines quite heavily, which means that I'm going to hold control and right click to rebase these guys over there, which should be out of range of some of their bombers. These ships, on the other hand, are going to convoy raid here and here and here. So what that'll do is just sink French convoys. And in fact, I may just do that with my submarines as well. So you guys, convoy raid here, here, and here. There we go. So now they will go about and attack French convoys and all that good stuff. All right. Come on, we're so close. I'm just going to order these guys to go ahead and attack. Our troops are substantially better than theirs, so we should be able to... You can see we're just crushing them here. Next, research. Czechoslovakia has capitulated. We'll deal with research later. Great news. Okay, so now we just take all their territory. And we're still at war with France. We're not going to get a peace conference or anything until we fully defeat everyone we're at war with. But thank you so much for watching. That'll end the episode here, as we've just defeated Czechoslovakia. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.